Hey guys, what's up? This is Emmy and Basis,
And the Metallica you're here.
and we are the Metal Brothers.
Yay!
Yay. Well, this is Jaston's last video for a little while, so we are gonna go out with a big bang on this one by doing the final four, which is Slayer. But
Yeah,
before we
yeah.
get to that, the reason why Jaston doesn't have his thing on is because his battery's low, so that's why. So, yep. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Slayer. Since I don't know much about Slayer, the only thing I know about is they have a bald guy named Kerry King who is basically scary, and you don't want to be with him in a dark alley. That's all I know. And then they had one song on Guitar Hero called "Raining Blood." That's pretty much all I know of Slayer. So
Okay.
you go on ahead and take it from here.
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure that double voice is gone.
All right.
Slayer. Tom Ariara, if I'm not mistaken. There's Kerry King, Dave Lombardo, and Jeff Hedman. I mean,
Yeah, Headman,
yeah,
Hendeman,
Hedman.
whatever.
I don't know why I keep getting that one wrong. I never looked to his name that much. Uh, Slayer differs a little bit from Metallica. The fans are actually more, let's just say, more hyper than Metallica fans. I mean, I am of course a Slayer fan, but not really, like those hyper ones. But anyway, so we have albums like, uh, I'm sorry, the very first Slayer album, which I think is Metal Storm Faces the Slayer, but I could be wrong. But hold on, I'm gonna look into that in just a minute. But other albums, you have Diablo, is probably the best one in my opinion. There's a couple songs that are good on there. Seasons. You also have Rain in Blood, which that song differs because it's called Raining Blood. You also have I think the album is called God Hates Us All. I'm not sure if that is actually the official name. I actually have been listening to a lot of stuff. I've been listening to War Ensemble, Raining Blood, Epidemic, Reborn, Jesus Saves, a
They
lot
really
more.
did a song called Jesus Saves.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, the lead singer of which is Tom. He actually is Catholic. I think Kerry King is like an atheist or something like that, and which is not a big deal. But
I'm just
what
surprised
their
they did a
songs
song
are.
like that, though.
Wait, what?
I'm just surprised they did a song like that, just saying. You know, after their image, and stuff like that, it'd be a real shocker,
Okay, it just hit to me. It's not Metal Storm Faces Lair. It's Show No Mercy. I'm sorry. It finally popped in my brain. It's Show No Mercy, which is the first album. I'm sorry. Um, for Show No Mercy, I have songs like The Antichrist, Die by the Sword, Metal Storm, Face the Slayer, Black Magic, and Show No Mercy. For Raining Blood album, you also have. Oh, I'm sorry. Angel of Death. I'm sorry. It's a little weird. They actually cover some subjects which is associated with Nazism, but however, they do not support Nazism in any way. It's just a subject that they actually like to go over. Uh, Ironically, okay, some people sometimes consider Slayer to be a satanic band, although it is confirmed that Slayer is not a real satanic band. It's just pure old good thrash metal. Still there?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Okay, I thought something went wrong for a
No.
minute, but anyway.
Alright, so you're pretty much it on Slayer?
Well, almost. I mean, you also have songs like Piece by Piece. There's also the remix and the original version of Criminally Insane. They even did covers like Born to Be Wild. Dude. I do know one former member. I don't know his last name, but his name is Phil, and he's also in Testament. which, in
Test.
Testament, in my opinion, should have been more part of the big. So you would have had Big Five or Big Six if you count Sepultura. But it's impressive how you can see Tom evolve his voice from the first album into later albums such as Rain and Blood. How he goes, you know, he sounds like a lot lighter in the first one, but when you go into Rain and Blood, his voice is a lot more deeper, but he still can maintain such a high pitch. It really blows the whole. Let's just say it brings a new sound and a new heavier style to what goes on. I mean, apart from the riffs, apart from the very fast playing, it's just completely just hardcore in my opinion. Dave Lombardo, Jeff Hammond, Tom. Or yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just like choking on water very quickly. And then you have Kerry King, which, man, he's gone through like a complete change. Kerry King also has, I think he has a rivalry with Dave Mustaine. Other than that, or he just has a feud. But however, being as though some of these songs like God Hates Us All, The Antichrist, and some of these may be referring to like acts against religion. However, though, Slayer is not a satanic band in any way. They're a good, pure old thrash metal. So that's really all I have to say, and I'm proud to be a Slayer fan.
If you want a satanic band, look up the band Venom.
Oh, dude, I have Venom. They're actually not. They're not real satanic though.
Are you serious? They sit there. Look at their image.
Well, it's also been confirmed. I got to tell you that Venom being one of the very first black metal band to pop up. I guess it would be the late '70s, maybe. It is only that's what a lot of people say. It's the late '70s, but being Venom is one of the first black metal bands to pop up, and which would give influences to like Immortal. Immortal is actually one of those cool black metal bands like Venom, but there are songs mostly about battles and we're talking about like many other bands as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Creator would have been one of those real satanic ones. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Creator though.
I thought Venom was because a lot of their bands, not a lot of their bands, a lot of their music says "Welcome to Hell" and stuff like that, and then a lot of controversy about it too and junk like that.
Well, there is controversy, no doubt about it. But if you want real satanic stuff, right across into Europe, you have actually real satanic bands who actually involve themselves in church burnings.
That involves themselves in church parties?
No, burnings. Like, they burn them to the ground.
That's sad. That's just, wow. Arsonists. Wow. That's pretty sad.
I mean, to point everything out aside, I do not care if you're an atheist or an agnostic, a Satanist or a Buddhist or whatever, that, I respect everyone for who they are, and I love everyone for who they are. That's all I just gotta say right there. But, even though you have some bands out into the part of the country who, those are definitely where you can find the real satanic bands. But Slayer and Venom are not a real satanic band. They even claim that themselves that their allegiance with the Horned One is no. That they even claimed it themselves.
Well, maybe it's just on stage appearance and they just want to look cool, but maybe just, off stage they're just everyday guys. Pretty much.
Like if you ever get a chance to look up Immortal, they may look like, because, they have actually face paint and, black stuff on there, but they're not considered, like satanic, even though they look scary to some other people. They're actually really funny guys. The lead singer, Abath Doom Occulta, he may look, like a big badass, ready to summon demons from the legions of hell, but he's actually really a funny guy. Cold black metal bands, sometimes, you can't really take some of the music videos really seriously sometimes, but, that's the cool thing about Immortal, in my opinion. But even though we just went from Slayer to Immortal with Venom, and it's really just interesting, how these kind of bands can actually be funny, be cool. It's not really supporting any Satanism. It's just pure old good metal.
Pretty much. You done, or you want to talk about them some more? Uh,
Um,
about Slayer.
Slayer. Other than the fact that I would give my left nut just to actually go see Slayer.
Wow, that's
That's
crazy.
what I would do.
Wow.
And I know you don't like this band as well, but I'm just gonna bring this one out. I think Trivium was also with Slayer. With I think it was the crap. What was the name? Uh, I think it's something Allegiance. Like I think it was like Unholy Alliance or something like that.
Legion of Doom?
No. I mean, it's like the name of the
Oh.
tour is like the Unholy Alliance.
Oh.
I could be very wrong, so I will allow anyone to kick my ass if I get that wrong. I will definitely look that up as well. I mean, a lot of episodes, I'm just not in the zone. It's just so damn weird. I need to get my stuff back in order. But anyway, let's move on to another subject. Oh yeah,
Alright. Man versus food.
I do not know a thing about this, so Tyler, you have the floor.
Yes, I love Man versus Food. Adam Richman. One of the greatest, well, not one of the greatest guys in the world, but one of the greatest TV guys on Travel Channel, in my opinion, because the guy can eat. I don't know how he does it. I've tried eating that much food, and I either get sick or I just throw up or I'm either on the toilet for 2 hours.
Better than Epic Mealtime, I have to say.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love Richmond. The reason how I got started on the show was I was real sick one night and I was really upset, and I stumbled across the show on demand. It was like a 15-minute preview of the show, and I was like, this looks pretty nice. And then so when the season premiere came, I was really happy and everything. I saw every episode up to date. Now, Man versus Food Nation, I didn't really care about because it's just a bunch of people sitting there doing his job, but don't really care for it. But Man vs. Food, I've enjoyed it. I love it. I even like the episodes where he came in Memphis, Tennessee. He did not beat the challenge, even though that was a huge ass hamburger that could feed 4 people. Thing's fucking huge, maybe like that fucking big. I don't know, but I couldn't eat that. But when he came to Knoxville, man, he finished a burrito about that long, maybe longer, and maybe about this thick. He finished that.
Knoxville. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And then he finished banana pudding, and then he finished some macaroni and cheese with that. Ooh, I could not eat anything like that.
I'm Johnny Knoxville, and I'm going to the moon. Whee!
But he actually won. He was the first person to ever do it, I think, in Knoxville history, I think. But I don't remember. And I hear a bunch of Wiggers outside, but I don't care, because they can get in trouble all they want. I don't care if they go to jail. Let's see. Yeah, I love Man vs. Food. I can't wait for the 4th season. The Man vs. Food Nation didn't count for the 4th season, but can't wait. So yeah, I love Man vs. Food. Alright, you want to move on to our next one?
Yep.
Alright, our next one is the classic 1969 classic mystery solvers, Scooby-Doo. Yay, I love Scooby-Doo.
Where are you?
We got some work to do now. Yay.
Yes, from the originals. What a Night from a Night all the way to, I guess, the ending episode, which is Don't Fool with a Phantom. For the 1969 to 1970s, for the 2 series of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Not like that What's New Scooby-Doo crap.
I actually enjoyed that because it had the last bit of Casey Kasem before he retired.
Yeah,
It was actually the
that is
last
true.
final series of him before. No, the last movie he was in on Scooby-Doo was Scooby-Doo and the Green Samurai Sword or whatever, before Casey Kasem officially retired from Shaggy.
And you have let's see, you have Matthew Lillard who took over, who was also in the Scooby Doo movie.
Yeah, he was. Well, yeah, he was in the first two, and then some other Canadian guy took over in the other two.
But apart from that, if I'm not if I'm not mistaken here, actually, I'm just going to ask who was it who played Fred and Scooby
That was Frank. Oh, who played Fred?
and Scooby. Yeah, he plays both
Oh,
characters.
Frank Welker. Okay, Frank Welker plays Scooby Doo and Shaggy now, but before Frank Welker, it was Don Messick. He did all classic Scooby before
Because
his death in '93 of a second stroke. So
Frank Welker was also on Family Guy using his same Fred voice, and he just used the word, "That's right, Scoob. That's right, Scoob. We're dealing with 1/6 son of a bitch." That's the first time I've ever heard him cuss.
it's pretty funny though.
Voice actor for Scooby Doo for a very long time, and he finally cusses. That made my day. But anyway, starting from the beginning, from What a Night to a Night, this would really define many sleuth cartoon movies. Well, I wouldn't really say there are much sleuth movies to what I would see that would surpass, the let's just say on the scale 1 to 10, Scooby Doo being 10 on that list, in which being 10 is the good part. I don't think any other sleuth movies can surpass, the great excellence of what these cartoons are. The 1969 to 1970, these sleuth films have actually, defined, the mysteries and suspense of cartoons. However, though, as a little kid, though, I was scared to death, like scared as shit, for one episode, which happened to be one of my most darkest episodes that I have ever seen, which would be "What a Night for a Fright." The seagull
When the
most
Black Knight comes to life.
no, that's "What a Night for a Night."
Oh,
And "What a Night for a Fright" is no delight is actually about a phantom shadow, which actually scares. At first people think that the Phantom Shadow has kidnapped all the family members of the Beauregard.
oh, I know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
It's
Yeah,
Colonel Sanders.
yeah. I was like, what the hell
Yes.
when I
However,
watched it.
one of the most scary things about this episode was the music. When Scooby Doo's actually, he's in the bathtub. He's actually brushing his teeth with soap on the brush. Yeah, you see the Phantom Shadow's face, like the actual green part of him. He goes down into in the secret compartment, which is like the basement. Also, the tub lifts up, and he's like, "Ooh!" He falls down the slide, and then he sees the Phantom Shadow, runs away, tries to tell Fred and Shaggy what he saw. He looks into the tub, he pulls out the little drainage thing, and the music starts going, doom doom, meow. And he's like, "Whoa, boy!" And then the music starts getting loud, yeah. And I was like, "Oh shit!" But one of the most scary things about this episode is when Shaggy, Velma, and Scooby actually go onto the island, they realize that their secret entrance into the rooms, which one leads to Cousin Slicker's room, which he's mentioned a little bit briefly, and he actually makes a brief appearance in a little part of the episode. Now, when all the family members are gone, only Scooby Doo remains. Now, the reason why Scooby Doo remains important to this plot is because he saved the Colonel's life. And let's do remember that this could be a different Scooby Doo from the very new What's New Scooby Doo, because you have Colonel Sanders, who was in the war, which is probably the Civil War. So this could be differing from two different Scoobies. It's kind of like Zelda. Like you have an incarnation of Link, a different character, almost like the same character, but like a different Link. But anyway, talking about a different Scooby, who saved the Colonel Sanders' life, and now is one of the most trusted friends of him. Now, being that he will be inheriting a rich sum of money, which would be divided up into the family members, he would actually receive a share of it. Now, being that the family members are already kidnapped, or so to say, now it's in a dark hallway where they mention, all the could be missing is a spooky organ, and the spooky organ just goes off, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm shaking to death. And then when Fred says, come on, let's go see what's coming from, the Phantom Shadow just makes an appearance as the music is going loud, and he's like, and all that crap. But here is one more scary thing that pops in. And this, I've actually had nightmares from these things, from these phantoms. It's just, oh. There's one part they're actually in a wine cellar, and the Phantom's actually approaching the screen, just moving his arms and shoulders, and he's like, almost as scary as the evil monkey. But what else? There are also many other good Scooby-Doo episodes. You also have more episodes like, say, Vampires, Bats, and of course Scaredy Cats, but that's probably later on after the second season. You also have Nowhere to Hide, which actually brings the ghost of Hyde. You have Mystery Mask mixed up, and there's Haunted House Hang Up, Gallop of Galloping Ghosts, That's Snow Ghost, which actually happens to be one of my dad's favorite episodes as probably, as a youngster. What else could I say? The only annoying part about it is when there's probably only two annoying parts in my opinion. That's all I'm saying, is that they always keep repeating the phrase "scaring away." It just gets really old. I'm just saying. But I understand it's a old school cartoon, but I'm just saying when they keep mentioning that, it just gets really old. Doesn't you don't want to hear it anymore. Kind of get what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Now, another annoying part is as soon as when they mention Shaggy or Scooby's name, they come busting into the scene, or when they talk about, I wish we could find a clue, and all of a sudden there's a clue right there. It's like you're about to see it from a mile away. Now, what I love about what I definitely love about the episodes is the villains. You have the Ghost of Elias Kingston, which the man claims turned him mold. But that's probably the very first episode you probably might have a hint or clue that someone was actually killed in that cartoon. So that's what... It took me a very long while. It probably took me possibly 15 to 16 years to figure that out. Because when they actually are in the mansion looking for the ghost, they find a skeleton of a man who actually happens to be one of the guys they're looking for. He's just a skeleton. He's just sitting there on the chair, and that's probably referencing that the man was killed. So that's probably as dark as it probably gets, but not really. Now, there's one episode that I actually downloaded recently called Spooky Space Ghost, or it's probably Spooky Space Kook or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Spooky Space Kook.
I do have to say, on the top 10, it would probably rank as number 8 as the funniest Scooby-Doo episodes.
Funniest? Shit. I got freaking goosebumps when he freaking laughs.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, it's just... Ugh.
Of course, we also have other episodes like Iron Face. Like I said, it's also after the second season, but you have Iron Face, which happens to be one of their top enemies, is just what I have to say. But you also have the Creeper. I wouldn't really call him the scariest or the most, like, number one villain, because in my opinion, I didn't really see much of a purpose with Creeper. I saw much more with the Phantom Shadow. I think they should have at least brought that back, and probably in What's New Scooby-Doo, just to scare the crap out of people. But all in all, they actually recycled an idea by bringing back Redbeard the Pirate, but in a different persona, which he's just a complete white ghost, but a different name, a different story, a different background. The crew, too. The same crew, just covered in white and just a different background. But one of the most creepiest characters that I will ever see so happened to be in the very last episode on Don't Fool with the Phantom, which happens to be he goes by the name of Mr. Grisby. Like every other character, he either has, his skin is actually like gray, like completely dark gray. His hair is completely white. His house is just full of gothic material. Let's just say that he's got like a black crow, and he's got like a cauldron with skeleton smoke coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely one of the most creepiest characters you will ever look. If you actually get a chance, Tyler, look up or at least try to find the episode of Don't Fool with the Phantom, and you will actually see the character Mr. Grisby. How you will tell by this, you'll hear his phrase, he'll go, "Enter," and he's like, "Shh, there's a cemetery nearby," and he will always laugh almost everything he says.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, when they went in there to go look for the family jewels and stuff like that. Oh,
No,
not that episode.
that's probably the Boo Brothers.
No, it's not the Boo Brothers. No, no, not that family jewels. It's where they meet up with that little fortune teller psychic person before they go into the
Oh, that's Gaggle of Galloping Ghosts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, my bad. Okay.
They're the main antagonist in the Don't Fool with the Phantom is the Wax Phantom.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And then, of course, after season 2, you have season 3, in which you have Vampires, Bats, and, of course, Scaredy Cats, Creepy Case of Old Iron Face, and then you have the Ozark Witch. Uh, who's the other one? I had another episode. Milo Booth. I don't even know who the hell Milo Booth is. It's just a name, but he's like supposed to be some sort of demon. Crud. But there was one vague episode that kind of represented the Phantom Shadow, like just like the recycled pirates, like Redbeard and his crew. I think there was a recycled idea of the Phantom Shadow, only except they called him the Strawberry, Vanilla, and Chocolate Ghost.
Yeah.
I was like, what? But one thing would actually spark this very iconic into the Scooby-Doo series, along with the first and second season, although this is probably way later on. You have Batman and Robin with the Joker and the Penguin.
Oh yeah.
This right here just defined. Oh, dude, there's just no words to express what greatness of what I saw with Batman and Robin with Scooby
The
Doo.
best one I like is the one with Don Knotts. I miss Don Knotts, to be honest. I miss him.
But they also had Scooby Doo episodes with other famous celebrities. You actually had the Globetrotters for one. Crap. Who is the Tennessee rock star?
Oh,
She's alright with me.
now I'm think. Why do Steve Nash keep coming up in my head? He's not, Johnny Cash.
No, Johnny Cash. No, a lot different. Johnny Cash actually appeared in some cowboy flicks.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh well, don't worry. I'll probably figure out his name later on, because usually there's some Scooby Doo episodes that are on.
See, here's what I don't get. Okay, do you remember the big tiki, when they were at the luau?
Oh, the Mano Chiquitia?
Oh, God. You remember when they were in the frickin' forest and they found that plane with the skeleton in it?
Oh yeah, and he laughs, but at first they figured, okay, he just has a wire attached to him.
Yeah.
They unattach him, and he starts laughing again.
I don't
Sure,
get
later on.
that. Like, I was there like, what the fuck? I'm
But
surprised it's not coming after them at all. I was like, what the hell?
The funniest thing about that episode is when Mono Tikitia and the Witch Doctor are chasing both Shaggy and Scooby. Mono actually puts a hole in the ground, but Shaggy and Scooby avoid it. They run off, and then the Witch Doctor falls in. He just pops right back up, and he's like shaking, like he's like, "What the hell just happened?" Yeah, yeah. And he
I
actually, yeah,
still don't get
it was before both of them were chasing him, but then
Mm-hmm.
He goes right by this little hut thing, and he notices there's like a button. So he presses it, and Scooby's hula dancing, Shaggy's tossing plates, and his reaction he's just no, die, dude. He keeps pressing the button, but he gets really annoying. And he's just like doing 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 doing. They all fall out.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I
But if I
still,
go
huh?
ahead,
So no, you go ahead.
okay. So if I had to choose between any Scooby Doo character would be Shaggy Doo because everyone, like a lot of people, has said that I actually do look like Shaggy Doo.
Shaggy Doo.
Yeah, I call him Doo. Well, it's Scooby Doo, his dog and all that.
Well, it's
He's a
Shaggy Orville
gangster.
Rogers.
Yeah, I know, but I call him Shaggy Doo just
Well,
for reason.
Norman. It's Norman. But anyways, yeah. I still can never figure out that damn skeleton. I cannot. There's no fucking explanation. There's nothing that should make him laugh. There's no way in hell. I would like to know, to be honest.
Wait, what?
How the fuck that skeleton fucking laughs without the damn tape recorder.
Oh, yeah.
How the fuck he does that shit. I don't know.
Well, it's a cartoon, man.
Yeah.
It defies some of the
If
odds.
I was there, I'd fucking disassemble that damn thing. I'd fucking find every damn thing in that damn plane. I'd make sure my fucking friend was watching that scout to make sure it didn't fucking do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me and Scooby Doo, I love Scooby Doo. I've watched every episode. I've watched the, uh, I've watched every episode. I've seen the movies, all the movies. The one movie I didn't like was, oh shit. Actually, you know what? I don't even have a movie that I hate. I actually like them all. Anyways. My favorite episodes would probably have to be, A Night in Funland, because that robot and Funland and everything is just amazing, because seeing how the 60s rides, roller coasters and thing like that was amazing. Plus seeing all the lights and everything like that was pretty cool. And one of my second favorites was when they got locked in the puppet theater. I was just sitting there, I got goosebumps in just like literally the whole
Yes,
5 minutes. That
dude.
episode was crazy. Yo, what? Oh, internet connection problem. Uh-oh. Oh, it kicked him off, people. Hold on. We'll get him back. We'll get him back, people. We'll get him back. We'll get him back, people. But anyways, yeah. Hang on. We'll get him back. I promise. Just give him a second. Give him a second. Come on, 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 come on. Come on, you crazy person. Answer. Come on, Jaston. Hey, there you are. Yeah, don't worry about it. I made a filler. Okay. So as I was saying, I love that episode. They got locked in the puppet theater. Yeah. What's real funny is well, no, what's not funny? Well, yeah, there was one funny part was like where they had a bunch of violin cases. It was pretty funny. And then second thing that totally scared me in that goddamn episode was when he was playing the damn organ out of nowhere. Yeah. And then the lights dimmer. How the fuck does that happen? I thought you were gonna say that was gonna be for your funeral. uh, oh my god. Anyways, I have seen Scooby Doo. I've seen the Scooby Doo movies. Not the movies, but you know the series. I enjoyed it. You know, like you said, Don Knotts. You know, famous people and everything. I enjoyed it. Oh my gosh, the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo. I enjoyed. Vincent Price at his best before he passed away in '93. And then you had Scooby Doo and Scrappy Doo, which Scrappy, in my opinion, here is just funny, but I do miss the original gang together, you know. Hmm. Yeah. I wonder whatever happened to him. Now, I'm not. He got locked away. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. That's the movies, though. That's just the live action. Hmm. Hmm. Oh crap! I remember he wears a yellow jacket. That's all I remember of him. But he's. I was surprised they actually had Daphne in there instead of Velma or Fred. It was amazing. For what? Mysteries Incorporated can go. That just doesn't make any sense. They don't explain it. Nothing. Hmm. That is true. Oh yeah. As the cop. Yeah, he also plays Brock from not Pokemon, but what's that show on Adult Swim? I don't fucking remember. It's just weird as hell. Yeah, but he plays the one dude from uh who plays that dude Brock from that one show Brother Blood or Brotherhood. I don't remember. Yeah, the Venture Brothers, which I don't really care for. Venture Brothers is ugh. It was good at first, but then I just lost it. Yeah, for Scooby Doo, for me, I've enjoyed it. I've loved it. I've had a birthday cake of Scooby Doo on my 17th birthday. Well, actually, yeah, my 17th birthday. I enjoyed it. I loved it. I've actually had a Scooby Doo birthday one time. I have a Shaggy action figure, but I don't want to go get him. I have a Scooby Doo lunchbox that I had, and I kept it all these years. I used to have a huge ass Scooby Doo poster. It was kind of like the Grim Reaper in the background, but it was like a cemetery of Scooby and Shaggy scared, and they're in a cemetery, and it has like a Grim Reaper kind of character holding a scythe, and then it's like a skeleton wearing it though. He's just in there smiling, and Scooby and Shaggy are just scared as hell. It's pretty amazing. I don't know what happened to it. If it's in storage, I'm getting it out and I'm putting it back on my damn wall. Now I'm gonna fucking show it to you all, hopefully. Yep. Me and him are gonna live together, and then we're gonna get married, and then we're gonna have a kid named Cletus. That's a joke, people. We're not going to. Not even close. Yes, we are. We're happy, aren't we? I win again. I win again. I win again. Now you suck my dick for free. You suck my dick for free. Now get on your knees. Get on your no. Mhm. Mm, well, that sucks. Well, man, I'm glad to have you on our last episode for a while. The original. Well, I said our last for a while. Our last episode for a while with the original guy who started it with me. But we'll have Kyle, like I said, or we'll have other people join. So, guys, this is Emmy and Basis, and we are signing out, and we are saying goodbye to Jaston for a while. Bye, Jaston. Bye, guys. See you later.